Guys, I hope the lunch was great on the rooftop. It's time for a session that is really important for me, as all sessions, but this one, we have gathered everyone, and it's not the startup that will pitch you, but the Californians for other countries, so the structure that work on innovation in music, media, and entertainment that will pitch you in 3 minutes without slides, and really the objective is you to understand what they do, and then after understand, recognize the faces, and can discuss with those guys at the bar or tonight at the party. So I propose that everyone come, please, and I will ask everyone to come on stage. You all have 3 minutes. We have around 20 people as a picture, so I will cut you after 3 minutes. Sorry, guys. Like with startups, we ask the startups to stop after 3 minutes. You have the same exercise, and I think I have done my 3 minutes. So the first one is Scott Fetters from the USA, working at 2112. Scott, come on stage. And you can applaud, yes? Good.
Okay. All right, thank you so much. And I do want to say real quick too, it's been so nice to see so many people that we haven't seen, that we've known virtually for a number of years. So thank you, Corley and Jerome, for having us. So I'm Scott Fetters, founder-director of 2112. Over the last 15 years, we've been working on a new model for creative sector development that combines pipeline support, support of existing business, and business attraction. We do that. We have a physical hub in Chicago, currently 160,000 square feet, 92 band rehearsal rooms, 6 recording studios, 32 music production studios, 7,000 square foot film and television production studio, and then 125 companies working out of a business incubator. We provide intentional community, access to education, mentorship, and access to capital. We also have a lot of our great friends and partners in the room, Mediatek Ventures being one, where we won an international startup program, where we're currently working with Brazil, Italy, and Ireland, Colombia, others that I'm sure they'll be talking about here shortly, but helping international companies break into the US market. So for investors in the room, we do have about 12 companies in our immediate network that are actively fundraising. For startups, we have multiple opportunities to help break into the US market. And for everyone else, we're looking forward to meet.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you very much. Next one, Daniel Crane, working for Center for Creative Entrepreneurship, also from the US. Daniel.
Hello, everyone. My name is Daniel Crane. I'm the program director for the Center for Creative Entrepreneurship. So the CCE is based out of 2112, which Scott just talked about. And our focus is building educational resources for creative entrepreneurs. So we do that through building networking events, programming, and currently I'm building an online digital platform that will provide mentorship tools and education. You know, our focus is how do we, support the sector? How do we get the right tech tools in front of entrepreneurs to empower them to have success? I come from a background of, I was a full-time musician and drummer in Chicago for about 15 years, and I've built music festivals, specifically Latinx Music Festival, Shy Soul Fest, House Giving. So I'm very heavily involved in the curation and kind of music scene in Chicago, but I'm also now involved in the business side. So it's been really great to kind of meet everybody here and learn about their backgrounds and kind of how, you meet a lot of musicians who are now in the business, and you meet a lot of business people who are focusing on helping musicians. But we also want to take this model and have it, be in different cities in the US. Right now, we're piloting one in Austin and in Milwaukee, and we also in conversations with New Orleans. I look forward to meeting all of you, and thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Next one, my dear friend Karim Fetters from Abbey Road Red. Karim.
Thanks, Sean. I'm so excited. This is great. Thank you for organizing this. I'm going to set the timer off and tell you a little story. Sorry if I go over 3 minutes. I tried it earlier. It does go over 3 minutes a little bit. Where am I pointing? Over there. Oh, hello. So, brilliant to see you all again. Wow, this is incredible. So, what I actually wrote earlier, there is hope out there, and we need to know the logic and infrastructure in order to make the right moves. Quoting Tete from the artist panel, which I thought was fantastic. If there was one philosophy of Abbey Road Red, that would be it. Sort of. I'm sure we'd add some other stuff, but there's a really good sum up of what we try and do for our startup founders. Let me tell you the story of Red. We're Abbey Road's incubation program. For music tech. We're 6 years in, we're in our 7th now. I'm innovation at Abbey Road Red Innovation Manager, which means that I am the second caretaker. I've overseen the last 8 startups we put through the program, and I gladly took the reins from John Eves, who's just arrived and sitting over there, who's the first caretaker of Red, and launched a program with the team 6 years ago. So it's nice to point John out too. We've put 17 startups through the program. Collectively, they've raised $70 million plus worth valuation of $300 million plus. It's a special situation. We sit in the building at Abbey Road. We have access to the experience and knowledge there from our studios teams to our management teams. We also sit within the UMG family, which is fantastic. Our advisory board is made up of half Abbey Road seniors and half Universal UK seniors as well. So we have access via that to an amazing set of brains and experience, as well as internal know-how and reach into teammates and business units in the UK and globally at Universal. And you're going to hear from some of our fantastic teammates, Cassandra and Nitisha, shortly. And I've lost my place now. Okay, so there's also an incredible amount of passion. Passion is something that's huge in the team. I'm running short, aren't I, Siobhan? Timer, fantastic, 1 minute. We have a big mentor network, a couple of whom are in the building as well. Paul and Gareth are sitting here, and you've heard from them as well. And mentors who can help people advise on acquisitions, IP, anything to do with scaling companies, tech, and more. So it's really a huge springboard for personal and team and product growth, and a mighty inspiration in terms of where we are. The program's completely bespoke, 6 months. It's tuned to the startup's needs and their growth potential and barriers to progress. And we do anything from simple introductions to hours and hours long workshops. However we can help, we try and make it happen. Our value exchange is 2% for that bespoke program. Narrative is also a big part of what we do. We put on a demo day in Studio 2. Yes, that's Studio 2, where the founders can present to stakeholders who we invite and shout about what they've achieved. We explore the whole value chain, so our remit is the whole value chain. Philosophically, we're looking to introduce new technologies into the value chain like our predecessors did at the Red department at Abbey Road, REDD, which is where we take our name. Just quickly, the startups span the chain from smart instruments to generative adaptive technologies and have made pioneering deals with the likes of Decentraland, Bentley, Twitch, quickest Kickstarter in history, and Ordu, which Will was telling you about earlier, is now live, I think, in 7-ish territories, having raised 15 million. So we're incredibly proud, incredibly excitable, incredibly happy to help founders in this ecosystem. Thank you for letting us tell the story.
Thank you, Karim. Thank you so much. Next one, Paul Prondwin-Lee from Musical Eye.
Thank you. Right. Hello again. So I am the CEO and co-founder of Music Ally. If you don't know us, we describe ourselves as a knowledge and skills company. We've been publishing information about the digital side and what's changing within the music industry for 20 years now. If you don't, there's a lot of information behind the paywall, so you can see sort of publicly a lot of stuff, but we send out bulletins every day and special reports. We do offer certain constituencies free access. Come and speak to me if you want to get a trial on that. And the skills side is a lot about training and education. We have a bunch of video modules at learn.musically.com. We're going to see a lot of developments within that space very imminently as well. Training is a big part of our business. But we've also worked quite a lot in the innovation space. Worked with BPI on Springboard, and I didn't mention it was Cassandra that I was working with on that program for many years. We helped to found Medem Lab with Medem Startup Innovation Contest that ran for many years. And we've worked with a lot of startups ourselves over the years in terms of advising them and doing various bits of support work and research for them. But I wanted to give you a sort of a sneak preview into a program that we are about to launch fairly imminently, hopefully within about the next month or so, called Music Ally 6. So this was really sort of born out of the thinking of, okay, Medem Lab has gone, and we would like to make our paid-for information service more freely available to startups. So we're kind of combining the two, really. This program will be inviting startups to apply, and every single startup who applies will basically get our service, our paid-for information service, free of charge for a whole year. So everybody who works for the startup will be eligible to get that. You'll get published in our startups database that we will be launching fairly shortly. And then you will be entered into a sort of kind of contest element. And the 6 partners of Music Ally 6, of which we have 5 currently, and that's why we're not quite yet ready to launch, they will help us to select the best companies amongst 6 different categories. And those 6 will then go on to present at our event that we run in January with Music Biz called Nylon Connect. They will also get mentoring support from those 6 partners across the next 4 months. So yeah, that's it. Keep a lookout for that. If you are potentially, so we've got a rights owner, we've got a CMO, we've got a legal company, we've got a finance company, we've got a distributor. We are in talks with the 6th company, but anyone else who might be interested, do chat to me. And if you're a startup and you want to know more about all of that, which I had to say in 3 minutes, and now I'm over time, have a chat with me. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you, Paul. Right on time. Thank you so much. Next, José Luis Zagazeta from Barcelona Music Hub.
Thank you. Hello. Okay, I'm José Luis Zagazeta. I'm co-founder and CEO of 2 music tech companies in Barcelona. I started this adventure in November 2005, so a long history have passed during all these years to fund my 2 companies. And 2 years ago, I started with some help of some friends, the initiative to try to aggregate and group different companies already located in Barcelona to create the Barcelona Music Tech Hub initiative. This is something that has been recently being alive as a legal entity. This is our first achievement that we have done. And right now we are basically focusing to connect with other music tech hubs and group all the companies that are in Barcelona and also in the islands also, and in the area of Valencia, in the south of Spain. Our purpose is basically to connect all the initiatives that are happening around Europe with other music tech hubs and share this information with our members, basically. So here I'm open to make networking and make these connections with you. One of our members is Sonar Festival, and we already have a slot for each Sonar Plus D, to make, for example, events in Barcelona. And we are also trying to push the Music Tech Europe initiative and trying to become an area to talk and make these conversations in a sunny city like Barcelona. Thank you.
Thank you, José. Next one, Leon Neville from BPI.
Hi. So I've been in the BPI for 6 months. Cassandra left the BPI, and now I've inherited her sort of innovation program. So I'm even newer to this, and it's very intimidating having the founders of the program in front of me. The point of the BPI is we are the trade body for the UK recorded music industry. We represent all of the majors and about 400 independent labels. The Springboard program's been going for 2 years, and we're into our 3rd year now. We've got 100 members. Our ethos is to cross-pollinate tech companies with our members, giving them the opportunity to present, showcase their product or service. We accept any tech company at any stage of development. There's 2 rules: less than 5 years of age, less than 20 employees. Any type of industry that's going to add value to a record company, we welcome. And we have people that are pre-investment stage, bootstrapping stage, right through to people who are fully formed and ready to market. So we offer the opportunity of helping people get a foot in the door, maybe to apply for a program like the California one. So there's 2 or 3 companies here today that are part of the California Accelerator program because Cassandra introduced them to you guys. So the cross-pollination works. We think it's a great opportunity for adding value to our members and great opportunity to add value and surface up talent for the investors like Lean Square and the like. So really excited to be here. Please apply. It's free to join. You get free data from us, and you have the opportunity to market yourselves to our members, and we will support you with information and insights and intel and connections. So I'm hoping it's working. I hope I've covered off everything, Cassandra. Let me know if I haven't. And yeah, please hit me up on LinkedIn. Hit me up on the BPI website. And like I said, we are open for business. We want to attract businesses from all over the world, from all walks of life, and give you the opportunity to add value to the recorded music industry. I've still got 45 seconds left.
You can sing a song? Or?
Yeah, okay. So as well as tech companies, please apply. Any VC funds who are in the room and want to invest in tech companies, we work with Lean Square. We want to cross-pollinate that opportunity as well. So, we would also like to work with other networks. So the Barcelona guys, everyone around the world who's got a program of surfacing up talent, send them our way. If you want them to come to the UK and do well, we can cross-pollinate and we'll send companies your way as well. So hopefully we can just be like a big hive of community bees sharing that pollen around the place. Right, I'm done.
Thank you, Leon. So next one, and sorry for my German in advance, Sean Weinkarden, working for Hamburg Creative Kesselkraft. I hope it's correct. Yes, from Germany. So yeah, I have a French accent, yes.
Hello, I'm Sean. It's so nice to meet you all and a pleasure to be here. Yeah, I'm here in Liège today to, it's Liège, right? Okay, I'm German, you see.
One.
All right, to represent the Hamburg Kreativgesellschaft, or for everyone who cannot pronounce it correctly, it's the Hamburg Creative Society. And we are a semi-public institution. That means we can use government money, which is quite nice, on the European, national and state level to fund all kinds of different players from the creative industries. So what has that to do with music? I'm actually here today as the co-coordinator of the Music Works Incubator. I don't know if some of you might know my colleague Claudia Wondratschke. I think she was she still is connected. Yeah, she's not able to be here today, but we are coordinating this incubator together. And this incubator started in 2011, and back then it was just a small pitch competition, so all those startups could come in and just pitch their idea, and then they would get some money, and that was it. And then in 2015, we further developed this, or really made it an incubator. So since then, teams were able to apply. We accepted 4 teams each year, and they were able to get some workshops, some coaching, and all that over a period of 3 months. and some funding as well, although we don't have that much money. So it's already like it's just something like 5,000 euros for the whole period. But we also give them some coaching and all that. Yeah. And I would be really happy, like, if any startups want to apply. We try to especially focus on this early stage of the idea generation process. I mean, all the teams that applied over the years, I just started this year, so I don't know any of them personally, but all of the teams have been pretty diverse as far as I know, so they have been in different stages of founding their company. But yeah, what we try to do is like focus on this early stage where people just have an idea and we try to get them there and fulfill whatever they are dreaming of, I guess. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jean.
That's it.
Thank you. Next one, Alexandra Cresati, working at Marathon Lab. Alexandra, the stage is yours.
Hey guys. Oh, sorry. Hi. So keep this short and sweet. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Alexandra Cresati. I'm here from not so sunny London, and I serve as Innovation and Labs Program Manager at a company called Marathon Music Group. So a bit about Marathon. Marathon is an independent music company based in London in a very cool area called Tallyard Campus. Within Marathon, we own and operate 5 distinct labels. So the labels range from indie music to Afro beats to hip hop to jazz, so very eclectic and broad, and we're very proud of that. But I think more relevant to what we're doing here at California is I serve as the Labs Program Manager. So Labs is a global tech accelerator program. We work with music tech startups of all sizes and of all capacities and across the globe in order to help them grow and develop. So we act as connectors and facilitators. We do so on the premise that the music industry is very much an insider's industry. And so, yeah, we connect them to music execs, publishers, other startups, artists, whoever they need to be connected to in order to grow and develop. We have launched 3 programs thus far, and we are very excited to launch our 4th one at some point this year. So yeah, if you are a startup CEO or founder, or you just have any questions, come say hi. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexandra. Next one is a duo, my dear friend Ted Cohen and Paul O'Brien, working at Mediatek Ventures.
We do it. Do an act with the hats. Let me
We're going
first
to talk at the same time. Is that what? You go first.
A real honor to be here because I never have been. So this city is beautiful. Thank you for inviting us to be here. My name is Paul O'Brien. I know a lot of you know Ted already. We also work with John Cesaro, who was here a few years ago and is one of the advisors in California. We started Mediatek Ventures about 6 years ago. Arabian this morning on a panel said some very nice thoughts about how the music industry and other forms of media really need to converge. And that's why we focus on media technology. We built a 12-week incubator, and I was in Silicon Valley for about 12 years before Austin, Texas, where I find myself now. And because I was in Silicon Valley, rather than taking a physical infrastructure approach, we built a platform to run incubators. And so we've got a community network, we've got a decentralized social media platform behind that, we're building a search engine, and we're using a learning management system to help scale incubators into other markets. You heard a little bit of it in what Scott's doing with regard to our work internationally. We run a domestic program for media companies, and we run a program that enables companies in other parts of the world to get much more exposure into the United States, given the fact that a lot of our focus is also in advertising and press and other forms of media.
And he's done now.
He's done.
We go there. I'm stealing a few extra seconds. So first of all, this is my 5th year. I came here, I had no idea what I was in for, but at 3 in the morning on a Friday night, I get a message to follow the blue dot on my Facebook Messenger, and I follow it over to Le Carré. If you have not been, who's been to Le Carré? If you haven't, follow someone there tonight, tomorrow night, the next night. At 7 the next morning, I met our partner, John Cesaro, with a guy named Travis Laurentine, and we hung out at 7 in the morning, and I ended up joining Mediatek Ventures. But this is my 40th year in digital. What the fuck? I've been working on digital for 40 years. I met Jobs and Wozniak when they started Apple. I happened to have been at Warner Records. We owned Atari. I went from hanging out with Van Halen to hanging out with the people over at Atari and got involved in basically where we've been going, and it's been a lot of fun. I'm also a full-time evangelist for Jerome here. I go door to door telling people about California. This is a great event. This is different than a lot of other events. I mean, Paul Brindley is a veteran of this. I see a lot of veterans in the room. This event has a different feel than any other field. So my role to be here this year, and John Eads is there. I mean, I look around the room, it's like, it's my bar mitzvah. Another whole story. I'm gonna go 10 seconds over. The reason I'm here is I have a mentor complex because I was mentored early in my career by two guys, Frank DeLeo, who ended up managing Michael Jackson, and Steve Popovich, who ran Columbia Records for a long time. And they adopted me, and they basically, I was in 1967, 2 weeks into pre-med, and 2 years later, I was working for a chain of record stores and changed my life, broke my mother's heart. She didn't get a doctor. But my mentor complex has led to working with startups. And I just want to leave you with this one thought. It's going OT. We're overtime. What do you call the minutes in football when it's extra time? I'm getting extra time because 30 seconds extra time. You really have to. First half of my career at Warner Records was in artist development. Then I got interested in technology and discovered that artist development, helping bands get their act together, is no different than working with a startup, helping a startup getting their band together, getting their product together. And so if you think of yourselves not just as complementary skill sets and whatever, but as people who really have to work together to make it to the finish line, I implore you to remember that every day. It's critical. It's not just about your idea and their idea and it's cool and whatever. You've got to play nice in the sandbox, a rule that sometimes I have to remind myself of. Indeed. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ted. Thank you, Paul. Thank you so much. Next one. Next one is coming from Greece. Georges Perrault, working at Meso Events and part of Mediatek Europe. George.
Part of Mediatek Europe, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We still have to do the statutes, huh?
Yes.
Hi, guys. Well, as everybody said, really, it's an honor to be here. I'm in the center, I feel, of a great community where I see a lot of humans speaking about technology and finally seeing some, balance between those two things. So I'm representing Meso Events, which is actually 25 years of working with grassroots talents initially. I'm working with the ecosystem of the so-called music industry. I'm saying so-called music industry because I think, we should always consider about the instrument makers, about the teachers, about the universities. And what we do now for 25 years is that we're trying to support artists make a living. Then, Greece, the Balkans, I guess it's a historical and geographical perspective where you could understand why there are so many difficulties and a lack of structures, a lack of professionalization, internationalization, and other heavy words. So long story short, a few years ago, after doing a lot of training and using, as we say, music as a vehicle for social impact as well, we started to realize that many managers, agents, and people from the music industry in Greece were absolutely not connected, and it was the same in all the Balkans. So we started to try and make some pilot projects, and luckily in Europe we have those funds coming from Creative Europe. And long story short, we combined a non-for-profit organization with several private entities and public entities. One of them is Technopolis, city of Athens, which is something like Base in Italy. Wish it could be something like La Grande Poste, but anyway. And all together we started to make some pilots in order to create some incubators and accelerators, not necessarily at that time based on tech necessarily, but on trying to provide a sustainable way for music entrepreneurs to make a living. Then, well, I said it all together. The first goal was to provide an opportunity to music entrepreneurs and artists to make a living. And then it was about sustainability. And speaking about sustainability, then with Anna and many other partners, which I see here, like Yvonne and others, we did the JUMP, European Music Market Accelerator, which for 3 years accelerated something like 100 approximately projects and startups. As Sean said from Germany, it was not only startups on tech, it was also just ideas that needed to nurture. And we realized that all this was great, but from the 100 and something companies, only 5 were coming from the eastern side of Europe. And then we decided to create the HEMI Hub for Music Innovation, which has just launched an acceleration and incubation program of 4 and 5 months. And all together with Mediatek Europe, we think that time has come, as for Jose, to create a music innovation hub. So next year, when we come to California, I should be representing Athens Music Innovation Hub. And we look forward to have your help and support.
Thank you, George. Next one from Italy, Anna So, representing Music Innovation Hub. Anna, the stage is yours.
Hello. So George is still in the brand of Music Innovation Hub applying. That's nice. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Anna. So nice to be here and see so many friends. It's really like I'm emotional in this moment because it's been so long and it's so great to be here. So I'm operations manager at Music Innovation Hub. That's a social enterprise based in Milan. It was launched in 2018, so we are pretty young. We are based in Milan in a very cool space, which is called Base, which kind of reminds this beautiful space here. We have 2 main focus. One is that relate to innovation. One is social innovation, and the other one is tech and digital innovation. So we do different projects. We do them ourselves, or we support other projects and other companies, association, and like we accompany them in developing their projects that relate diversity, gender balance, sustainability in the music sector. So we work a lot with other European hubs, other European conferences to work on these topics and try to improve the music sector. We are part of a network that I suggest you to check out, which is called Key Change, which supports gender balance in the music business. We launched a project called Mission Diversity, which some of you also attended, to foster diversity representation in the music business. We are working a lot on sustainability. We developed a protocol to reduce carbon emissions in live touring, and that's a big part of what we do. The other side is more related to tech. So we have developed several acceleration programs supporting startups, such as JUMP, such as Mediatek Europe Academy, and other projects. And related to this, we manage since 3 years, but the event is actually 8 years old, and it's called Line Check. That's, let's say, the main B2B event for the music industry in Italy, but it's very international. It really aims at connecting the Italian market, which is in this moment like living a kind of a gold period. So it's really aimed at connecting the Italian market to the European ecosystem, and it's a music conference and showcase festival happening in the end of November in Milan. So I really hope to see many of you there because it's a pretty cool event. And so LineCheck is one of the main projects. We also have within LineCheck, within the space that we have an immersive sound studio that we work a lot with, trying to pushing forward the borders also of sound innovation. So we experiment a lot with producers, artists, and like we do workshops and like trying to foster also the sound innovation side. 9 seconds, this is so pressuring me. We are also part of the Mediatek Europe network. We, together with many people that presented today, and we are trying to join forces to push this community of great people and great minds together. So hopefully you will hear soon more about Mediatek Europe. Done. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you very much. Next one, also part of Mediatek Europe, Frank Osterwald, representing Music Norway and Mediatek Norway too, I think. Yes.
Thank you, Jerome. Pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me. So I'm Frank Ostervold of Mediatek Norway. We've just established that as an organization. I've been in the music tech space for about 10 years, and that kind of led me into a consultancy role at Music Norway. And that kind of led me to kind of screening the music tech community of Norway, and led to the founding of Mediatek Norway, which is part of Mediatek Europe. We also collaborate with Bylarm, which is our industry event. Sorry, I have a bad throat. So we basically take care of their festival program as well. We are doing that programming for this fall. So that's about it. Yeah.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you so much. Next one from the US, Tristra, New Year Jaeger, representing Music Tectonics. Tristra, the stage is yours. And you run. Please.
Hey everyone, thanks so much. It's an honor. I have to say the obligatory honor, but it actually is really an honor to be here and to get a chance to meet all of you from my brothers and sisters from across the pond. I am from Rock Paper Scissors, which is a music tech PR firm, but I'm gonna flip the script a little bit here. I'm not gonna talk about publicity, because and I want to tell you a little bit about Music Tectonics, which is our other project. So Music Tectonics is a podcast where we interview people about music and tech. Got it? We have guests from all over the industry, from labels, from startups. We have scholars. One of my favorite episodes is talking about music and our perception of fear. So we really run the gamut and just trying to inspire people, learn about how the business works, and share what we find. We also have, and I hope this isn't going to insult my hosts, we have a music tech conference in Santa Monica at the end of October. So while things get gloomy here, the leaves are falling, the sky is cloudy, you can come hang out with us on the Santa Monica Pier on a carousel, I'm not kidding, and pitch your startup, meet a lot of people, and get to know the US and Canadian markets better. So that is October 25th through 27th, right on the beach. And we'll have 3 days of programming. It's all in person. Sorry for those of you who'd like to attend remotely, but we're done. We just can't do it anymore. We want to see our humans. And that will include a startup carousel, demo day, and all sorts of panels and keynotes, including the recently hired head of innovation at Spotify, Mahan Zanouzi. He's a very interesting dude. And last but not least, for all you startups and friends of startup-y people, we have a startup contest. It's called Swimming with the Narwhals. Isn't that cute? And you can apply starting July 11th. And this year competition is open to, I don't remember all these details, that's why and I'm old. Startups 5 years old at least that have a working demo of a service, platform, or product that works with music in any way, shape, or form. So we've got a pretty broad definition, but you actually have to have a thing. 10 semifinalists will compete at an online event in September that's open to all conference badge holders. And then 4 finalists will be selected by a jury. And you'll get to pitch in person at the conference, where the jury and audience will both select winners. We have one of our past winners here, actually, Jaquel from Fave. So she can tell you a little bit about the experience. We're super proud of what she's done. Yeah, that's about it. So any of this Music Tectonics stuff, Music Tectonics, that's TECTONICS.com. 12 seconds left.
Thank you, Tistra. Next one, Yvan Boudillet, representing Mediatek France. Yvan, the stage is yours.
Hello, everyone. Good to be on this stage, this new one, after being on the California old stage for quite years now. I put my Mediatek France hat today. You may know me from Utopia nowadays. I work for this amazing company, but I'm going to talk about Mediatek France as one of the ecosystem building Mediatek Europe. I'm based in France. I'm part of this group of people who joined forces to create an association, which is basically, I think most of you already shared that experience. We wanted to connect the dots. with innovation pursued as something about solution and about also bridging some gaps within the industry. So nothing as a lobby, but something as about solution, finding some pathways to develop collaboration, cooperation, inclusion. And Mediatek France is all about that. We are almost 100 members. We have partnerships with a few great organizations in the music field in France, including Radio France and some others, to do knowledge sharing, etc. And we see ourselves as with two main pillars. It's a resource center, make sure that every member share opportunities. Also, we trying to map every cause and every white papers that can be useful for the community. And the other part is go-to-market and slash networking. By organizing some events, we use we use a super cool virtual avatars meetings, and we organize some river speech with some of the industry stakeholders. So let's say you have a community of labels coming to the stage and explain what is our pain points. So you can hear that from a startup perspective and maybe see if the solution can fit. And we are part of Mediatek Europe, and I have the chance also to be one of the people behind this initiative, which started during the pandemic pretty much with the Next Stage Challenge that we developed as a joint initiative, pan-European, with SACEM also on board at the time to find solution in the pandemic to help artists, labels, promoters, live people to come up with short-term solution to engage with audience and monetize. So in a nutshell, innovation as a connector and innovation as a community-driven approach, not something on the side to techie and as within the industry and not against. And also my hat, Utopia, is all about also being that guy talking to the ecosystem. So I feel part of the same conversation from a side and another. I'm really glad to be here back with you guys, because this is for me one of the best conferences on the planet. And I want to go to the carousel in yeah, that's the next one.
Thank you, Yvan. Thank you very much. The mic. Thank you, Yvan. Thank you very much. Next one from Germany, Matthias Strobel, representing Mediatek Germany. Matthias, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Hello, hello. It's so great to be here in Liège, back again. As almost everyone mentioned, it's one of the greatest kind of like, it's a conference plus thing, and I think that the value that we get out of this here is a lot bigger than from a lot of other countries and conferences. So I'm running Mediatek Germany, which is the Federal Association for Music Technology in Germany, and which was actually founded on this day, today, 5 years ago. And we are an association that gathers not the typical traditional music industry organizations under one roof, but rather the people who create the tools for artists in the music industry to thrive and to develop further. So our members are organizations, research institutions, and academia, because we understand this ecosystem that makes innovation happen. It needs to like have all the different players being involved, like research institutions who build the technology, organizations who can actually build products and tools out of that, and academia who actually creates the talents that actually can build these tools and products out of that. So we are basically a network that connects all these different organizations with each other. We also do a lot of consultancy to politicians to create new public funding structures, because we need more public funding for experimentation, for go-to-market strategies, for helping startups to actually get off the ground. We try to bridge the traditional music industry, meaning labels, publishers, artists, and managers, with technology providers, and we facilitate and curate events around that topic. We organize our own events that has a focus on like inspiring other people, presenting products and services, and basically getting the word out about stuff that's happening. And we also kind of like function as a dot connector between people who are looking for projects, people who have certain talents that want to join projects. So basically, we are kind of like taking care of the music tech ecosystem in Germany, and we're also connecting our members with people from all over the world. And that's also one of the reasons why we're also part of Music Tech Europe, because we think that innovation doesn't stop at borders. So we need to basically create a broader ecosystem within all of us, and it might not even stop at the borders of Europe. It should become more a global ecosystem where we can all connect with each other and exchange our experiences and thoughts and ideas and help the music ecosystem system of the future to become more artist-friendly, more consumer-friendly, and more engaging. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Matthias. Thank you very much. Next one, Felix Barros from Chile, representing Mustache, the Music Tech Association, Chile.
Thank you, mate. Hey, I'm Felix. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Meso Event, or Evento Medido for Spanish-speaking countries. We do impact accountability and data storytelling for events, and we are preparing our first pre-seed round. But that's not why I'm in this stage. I'm also the president of Mustache, the Music Tech Association in Chile. We started as a meetup group in 2011, and we incorporated as a trade association in 2017. We have many strategic pillars and projects that we have developed over the last 5 years since we incorporated, such as the Digital Observatory for Chilean Music, odmc.cl if you want to check it out. We've had a lot of trade missions, as one of our pillars was to position Chile as a music tech hub for Latin America. I think we have been very successful on that because some of you already know about Chile as a music tech force in Latin America. But nowadays, what we are mostly working on is building a music tech hub in Valparaiso, because building a music tech ecosystem in Chile, in the country, at a country level, was a too big mission. So now we are focusing in building the music tech ecosystem in the city of Valparaiso. We got the nomination from UNESCO as a creative city of music, also because we had a lot of data. We gathered a lot of data with our tech tools to validate that our city was actually a music city. And that work developed into the, we're working with the public sector, like the Ministry of Science, Ministry of Economy, Ministry of Culture, the City Town Hall, and some organizations from the private sector to develop this music, tech, and science hub. We have a space. It's like 5% of La Grande Poste, but we still have like a co-working space with a studio, a green room, where we gather this music tech community. We have a conference, and we already have the global network, the partnerships with your programs. So we don't want to build an incubator or an accelerator. We are focusing in scouting music tech talent and pre-incubate them to get them ready to join your programs. So that's where we can talk about some partnerships, maybe bring California to Valparaiso also. So we are building music tech bridges between our ecosystem. I'm also collaborating with Music Tech Europe. I'm very open to be the counterpart in Latin America. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Felix, and with pleasure, let's discuss, definitively. Next one, Laurent Tricard and/or Emmanuel Delamare representing Pleine Image. Guys, both coming. Welcome on stage.
So it's Emmanuel and Laurent. So we are very pleased to be with you today and very impressed by this conference. It's the first time that we come here. So a few words about Pleine Image. So Pleine Image is one of the main European hubs dedicated to entrepreneurship in creative industries. We are located in France, in northern France, in Lille, so 2 hours from here, 1 hour from Paris, 40 minutes from Brussels, and 80 minutes from London. We work on audiovisual, video game, and music, but I will let Laurent focus on the music part. We have an incubation program in which we have today 50 projects. We host 150 companies at Planimage. We also have 3 European top-ranked schools in our place, and also 2 research centers. We are 1,800 people living, working, creating value at Planimage on a day-to-day basis. And we are very proud to be here to create connection with you because the idea to create a network of international incubators, I think it will be great for the music tech entrepreneurs. We work for them. And maybe the last thing is to create a network of incubators, but also to get in touch with investors and other projects that want to land and to come to Europe. If there are many projects from out of Europe, they can come to France and to discover, and to come to France, to Belgium, to discover Europe. Thank you. I will let just Laurent focus on music tech.
Just 1 minute and a few seconds. Hello, everybody. Very cool to be here. So we work on the music tech business because one day we noticed that in our region, not strictly in our walls, but in our region, the Hauts-de-France region, we noticed that we have something like 35 companies. So we put something in place. We've got a incubation acceleration program. We get some mentors, people like Yvan. We have a partnership, a special partnership with SACEM. Hello, Adeline. We are part of Music Tech France. And we try to help the already existing companies, and we try to get some people from the idea to create their own companies in the music tech business. So we've got a few success stories, local success stories, like Music Story, like Bliss, which has worked with Jean-Michel Jarre, the godfather of electronic music. And come in Lille, we've got a special event in next April 23 on the 6th and 7th, which is called Pix, and it's 0. Thank you.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Next, Loïc Devicher, representing RTBF, and specifically innovation. Loïc, the stage is yours.
So I'm one of the local guy here, so we will have Clelia afterwards. So RTBF is the French-speaking public media in Belgium. So we address 4.5 million people with content and user experiences through TV, radio, but also native digital channels. So we are very happy to... My role at RTBF as innovation manager is to connect entrepreneurs with the business unit inside the company to explore new way of engaging audiences, to distribute content, to personalize our experiences. I'm very happy to connect with the music tech ecosystem because there is a lot of ideas there on decentralization, interactive and immersive technologies and so on. So feel free to connect to me. We do a lot of projects each year with entrepreneurs and startups. And also we are connected with a wide network of international media corporates in Europe, as well public as private, and Clea will talk about later. So when we do you do a project with us, you are connected to the whole corporate media ecosystem. So glad to be here and happy to have this wonderful music tech ecosystem, gaming and so on in Wallonia with Jérôme. And when you will be at Les Ardentes tomorrow, go check. We have 2 brands there. It's Tarmac, it's a digital player on urban and hip-hop music for youngsters. They're really, really cool. They're a really cool stand. And we have also RTBF XP, which is a gaming and esports brand from RTBF. They have also a really cool stand. We will be able to play really fun games. So go there and see them. Bye.
Thank you, Loïc. And those will be inside the California gaming zone. Next one, SACEM Lab with Adeline. Adeline, the stage is yours.
Bonjour. Hi, I'm Adeline Beving, Head of Innovation at SACEM, the French CMO and one of the world leaders in music data authors data management. I'm very, very, very thankful for Jérôme and Coralie to be organizing all this and manage to put together such a panel of people and such a really friendly and lovely atmosphere. So thank you for that. SACEM Lab was created. Well, I arrived at SACEM 9 months ago, and so SACEM Lab is kind of my baby, you know, because so that's the time that it took to think. So what should we shape in terms of innovation in an organization that's 170 years old to be able to tackle all the gigantic issues that are facing creators nowadays. And to be relevant within the boiling ecosystem that we live in. So we decided to create that sort of brand, SACEM Lab. It doesn't mean that innovation didn't exist before at SACEM. It was there already, obviously, because otherwise I don't think we would have survived that long. But so we created a more visible brand, and we decided to have 3 main missions. One is to anticipate about disruptive changes in terms of innovation in the music industry. Our second mission is to experiment. We are trying to be really agile, to be very creator-focused, and to have short proof of concept that we do alone or with open innovation partners to test new solutions for our members. So that's most of what we do at the lab. We experiment. And lastly, we share with the ecosystem, we share with our members everything that we learned and everything that we don't know to try and have the best possible conversation with everyone and to build together the future of collective management, because we really believe that the future of creation, of sustainable creation, involves acting collectively. And so we try and involve as many smart people as possible in that conversation. So basically, if you want to work with us, that's very easy. We have a website called SACEM Lab, and we also have an email address called innovation@sacem.fr. I've got 20 seconds, so I will just take this opportunity to tell you about one innovation that came out of the lab, or actually what was there just before the lab, but with the same very, very clever people in it. It's called Music Start. It's a blockchain-based solution that enables you to create a proof of anteriority for your work as a creator in the blockchain. So anytime someone would discuss who's the author, then you can prove it's you thanks to the blockchain. So that's fantastic. So that's open to any creator. It's not only for the members at SACEM. It's our first large public product. So musicstar.com. Please check it out. We are beta testing, so we need you. Thank you.
Thank you, Adeline. And also thank you so much for supporting the conference with SACEM. Next one, Olivier Zephyr from Luxembourg, representing Technoport. Olivier, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Jérôme, and good afternoon, Wallifonia Music Tech audience. Very happy to see you here. Big clap for this guy, please.
And to Coralie too, thank you.
And thank you to Coralie too. Yes, I've been much exchanging mails. I'm so happy to be here. How to describe myself? So, Olivier Zephyr from Luxembourg. Who's heard about Luxembourg here? Please raise your hands. Okay. Who knows about Luxembourg and technology? Raise your hands. Okay. Oh, some of them know us also for technology. So I'm a happy man today. I'm a happy man because I'm part of that network here. So from this tiny country, which is 70 kilometers by 40 kilometers, but you cross quickly. But that said, I'm going to speak about technology meaningfulness. I work for Technoport. Technoport stands for a technology business incubator. And working on that tiny little country, our creed is about you need to be first mover. You have Belgium, you have France, you have Germany next to you. You cannot be a follower. So what does that country did? Who knows about RTL, Radio Télé Luxembourg? Okay, some of you. So this is a media broker today, but which used to be into telecommunication industry. This is what tech was called before, telecommunications. But still, that said, this is what we are good at. We are good at understanding what technology is about and how we can bridge it to you. May you be a startup, maybe you're a mid-cap company, may you be a blue-chip company. People I work with are Radio Télé Luxembourg, SES Astra, the one selling satellites. Yes, I'm a techie, my background is in tech, but our day-to-day thing is how do we bridge you to our partners? Again, not to repeat it, as a technology business incubator, we work with tiny telco partners such as Vodafone, for example. Why that? We need to understand what's the day-to-day problem of operating new technology. Everybody wants to bring new technology to market and so on, but I've been working for blue chip companies. When you're that guy in the purchasing department saying, hey, I want to buy this technology from that startup, ha ha ha, how many there are? 5. How do they represent on an account yearly? Yes, this is how it goes. And this is why I want you to bridge with me today so that we can speak, because I'm a techie, again, not to repeat it. I believe technology does everything. Entrepreneurship is about people. It's about understanding how we build commercial deals, and this is what I want to build with you today. So I have 29 seconds now. I want to tell you about, I come from Luxembourg. I have a technology background, who used to understand people and business, who can bridge early stage ventures to blue chip companies. What you need to know now is what is my headache. My headache is when my partner working on OTT, meaning over-the-top technologies, tell me, Olivier, there are 350 million phone sales every year. You have technology for that, yes. What do you have for the 200 million TV sets being edited every day? You don't have an app for them. So please, if you want to speak about cross-media, how to bridge those different mediums, please come up to me. Thank you. This was Olivier Zephyr from Luxembourg.
Thank you, Olivier. Thank you so much. Next one, representing the Rattle UK, John Heats. John, the stage is yours. And you can upload it, yes?
We haven't actually met in person, so. Hey everyone, thanks for the shout out, Karim, earlier. I used to get invited to these things when I worked at Abbey Road, but not so much anymore, so thank you very much. It's been a while since I've stood on a stage, I think since 2019, so it's very good to be back. And I think there's one more person after me, right? So almost at the end. I think everyone's used all the words already, so I'll try and be brief. But yeah, back in 2013, 2014, when we were setting up Abbey Road Red, I called it Europe's first music incubator. It might have been complete bullshit. Paul, you're probably the person in the room that would know. But it did feel like the ecosystem was a lot smaller back then. Correct, and nod of the head. So it's amazing to see how it's grown, it really is. And it's also amazing to see, honestly, what you and Coralie have done to bring everyone together. I honestly don't know how Coralie sends so many fucking emails, it's insane. Anyway, The Rattle. We are a startup that helps startups, very similar to a lot of what's been presented already. What makes us interesting? We take a very community-centric approach. So we watch people's behavior both individually and in a group. We believe that serendipity and trust are really good predictors of whether someone's going to be a good founder or not. So we do a lot of tracking, Cambridge Analytica style. No, it's not that dark. We do a lot of data tracking in the background. And use that to inform whether we think someone's got what it takes to go the course. What else is interesting about us? Yeah, so we also apply the same kind of startup principles that are very commonplace now in the tech ecosystem. We employ them to help artists, so creators, founders of music or invention-based businesses more generally. And I think that's really what we're becoming known for now, is helping artists raise money like startups would from venture capitalists and whatnot. And yeah, we call ourselves venture builders. So we get really stuck in, get our hands on things. Hey, Tucker. So many people I haven't seen in ages. And yeah, that's about us. Come and have a chat. Come and give me a hug. Thanks again, guys. Actually, I only hug ginger people, so see you all soon.
Thank you, John. Thank you very much. And nice to see you in real. Next one from VRT Sandbox, Peter de Parp and Oklelia, sorry for the spelling, Twagirayesu. You are here, sorry for that. Welcome, Clelia.
Thank you for spelling my name right. Thank you. I'm very happy to be here. I didn't travel that much. I come from Brussels. I work at VRT Innovation. What is VRT? VRT is the Flemish public broadcasters based in Brussels. We have a few radio stations and also TV channels. And at VRT Innovation, we have the VRT Sandbox, which Peter was going to talk about, but I can do it as well. And VRT Sandbox is actually our internal accelerator. It was founded in 2014, and the idea was basically to help all the startups that were from Brussels, from Flanders, or from Wallonia that were knocking at our door and trying to work with the media organization to help them. So we would get a startup in and introduce them to our brands, or if one of our brands was looking for a solution to one of their issues, we would suggest them a startup. So that's how we started. That was how we started the Sandbox. And then since 2018, we also have the Future Media Hubs. And the Future Media Hubs is our international network. So basically, we took that methodology of collaborating with startups with a close wallet methodology. We took that methodology and we exported it to other media organizations that were interested in collaborating with startups. So we shared our knowledge, and that way these media organizations also started collaborating with startups. We have also a few companies here that are part of the ecosystem, such as Radio France. And that was when actually the Sandbox Hub was created. And after that, we also created a few other hubs around other topics than startups. We also have a gaming and esports hub. We have a vertical video hub and video production hub. And we also have a hub that's focusing on young talents, sourcing young talents within the media and how to help them grow and work within the media industry. And so we come together on a monthly basis, we share toolkits, and we're always looking for new media organizations to come work with us and exchange on a monthly basis on learnings, on startups, on gaming, esports. So if you're a corporate trying to get into a network and learn from other corporates around these topics, feel free to connect to me on LinkedIn, and I'll be happy to tell you more about the international network. And if you're a startup trying to work with VRT or a media organization in our network, feel free to let me know as well. I'll be happy to connect you. I'm out of time.
Thank you, Clelia.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And finally, last but not least, Ines Becker, representing Radio France in the innovation team. Clelia, Ines, sorry, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much to be here today. It's very nice. So I'm representing Radio France with my colleague Jean Rovarino, which is somewhere, and he will be happy also to talk with you about music tech especially and innovation. I'm a project leader innovation project leader in Radio France in the team of digital and production management. And yes, Radio France is part of Mediatek Ventures, so thank you for mentioning us, and also Future Media Hubs. Actually, we are trying to do innovation with all the different direction of Radio France, which is a very large corporation, public media services. And this is interesting because we are not like the people who are doing the innovation. We facilitate the way to work with startups, but also to impulse innovation in the teams, in the collaborator work. We are running an open innovation program called Sandbox Radio France, which is led by Future Media Hub's process and methodology. And the idea is to work together with these expert teams of Radio France different direction, to work, to build together with the startup something in an agile process, of course. And the idea is that Radio France, with all these different directions, is very large, and we can work in the music tech industry at several levels. For example, with the discothèque of Radio France, which is the documentation of music, and we are working for metadata, for example, but also with the production of concerts and how we analyze the way tickets are buying by our consumer, and also the diffusion of captation of the concert. And this can be very, very large. There is also obviously radio and web radio, how music is broadcasting by our company. And this music is part of what we do, but there is also other way, like media, tech, AI, R&D. This is all we can do with your startup. So come speak with me or with Jean this day. And thank you very much for inviting us. We are very happy to be here to meet all of you. And all your pitch to this hour were very great. So I'm happy also to contact you and speak about what we can do together. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Inez. So you were the last. Thank you very much to all the speakers. It was a really insightful exercise. Now, tonight, I'm pretty sure many discussions will be made. You know, you're beginning to know me at the bar, at the Reflector. So we are a little bit out of time. So I propose to continue and to announce you the three next sessions. So in the 3 rooms, here on the main stage, we have a session on No Music on a Dead Planet, how music and technology can help solve the climate crisis, with Benji Rogers, Jamal Shalabi, and Cathy Runciman. On the media room, just right there, we have an open mic session with Ted Cohen and Paul O'Brien from Mediatek Ventures. And on the TV studio, the grand studio just underneath the stairs, so this way, we have with AI Song Contest panel content. The content of the panel is developing artist-centric AI tools by Sony CSL with Rebecca Léger and Theis Banzition. Guys, you can go to the rooms of your choice. Thank you.